Rothfeld. Andrew Schwartz. Lena Seegers.
blessing. I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I would rather lie in the woolen. What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man, and he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore, I will even take sixpence in the earnest of the bear herd, and lead his apes into hell. Will I go to hell? No, but to the gates. And there will the devil meet me like an old cuckold with horns on his head and say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. Here is no place for you maids." So deliver I up my apes and away to St. Peter. For the heavens he shows me where the bachelors sit, and there live we as merry as the day is long. Who decides? Now who decides who's cool and who's not? Now who decides who's ugly and who's hot? What makes ripped jeans and juicy the newest trends? Is it because of the girl with so many friends? Who decides that Britney Spears is lame? Who decides that because of Saturday Night Live, Ashley Simpson no longer deserves fame? Now who decides? Who decides football is for guys and not girls? Who decides that charm bracelets are disgusting compared to pearls? What makes eating dry Cheerios a complete bore? Perhaps it's those ads screaming "Got milk" with Lindsay Lohan looking like a whore? Now who decides that an Amex card determines independence? Who decides that trick-or-treating for chocolate is only acceptable in adolescence? Now who decides? How do such awful gusts of winds organize our civilization? How are our minds sculpted to portray the artist's image of our nation? How are such lies acceptable in our society? Why is the term popular, which is not even a word, what we try to be, when the coolest thing to do is to be true? Who decides? I decide. The question is, do you?
Hi, happy birthday. How old are you today? 12. There's Andrew, Stephen, Michael, Connor, and Morgan celebrating Zachary's birthday.
Oh, cool. Can I blow one out?
Did you just say happy birthday?
Can I have one candy? Yeah!
Someone called out Spencer.
You know, why don't you go take the cake? Go.
Okay, I call Zach's face. I call Zach.
No.
Wait, I gotta get a picture of it.
Zach.
What?
Hello, boys and girls. I'm the balloon lady, and I sell balloons in Central Park. Many of the boys and girls think that the balloons are magical because of the way they spin around in the air and all their beautiful colors. I have a friend who loves balloons. His name is Alfred the Dragon. Like all dragons, Alfred is very, very green and has a long green tail. But unlike other dragons, Alfred does not breathe fire, wears spectacles, is very shy, and loves children. Now, Alfred is not quite sure what he wants to be when he grows up. One week, Alfred came to me and said, Balloon lady, I know what I want to be. I want to be a fireman. And then next week, Alfred came to me and said, Balloon lady, I know what I want to be. I want to be a photographer. And then next week, Alfred came to me and said, Balloon lady, now I know what I want to be. I want to be a trapeze artist. Boys and girls, I would like you to meet my good friend, Alfred the Dragon. Alfred? 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 He's very shy. I'll go get him. The boys and girls want to meet you, Alfred. I told them about you, that you're very green, that you wear spectacles, that you love children. Boys and girls, I would like you to meet my good friend, Alfred the Dragon. How do you do? That was very good, Alfred. Alfred, would you like to meet the boys and girls? Would you like to meet Alfred? Yes. I'll go with you. How do you do? 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 Oh, how do you do? I just love meeting all these boys and girls. So do I, Alfred.
I was strolling through the park one day in the very merry month of May.
Oh, how do you do, Zookeeper?
How do you do, Alfred?
How do you do, Zookeeper?
How do you do, Balloon Lady?
Boys and girls, I would like you to meet my good friend, the Zookeeper.
Well, actually, it's the ex-Zookeeper. You see, one day the lion came up to me and said, Zookeeper, I'm tired of talking to lions. I want to talk to other animals. So I thought about it.
She thought about it.
And I thought about it some more.
And she thought about it some more.
And I decided it would be a great idea.
A great idea. A wonderful idea.
So, that night, I crept into the zoo, took the key out of my pocket, unlocking all of the cages, and set all of the animals free. The bear was talking to the monkey.
I remember that.
The lion was talking to the sea lion.
And I remember that.
And the snake was talking to the hippopotamus.
About science, I do believe, Zookeeper.
Oh, yes, Alfred, about science. And we were all having a great time.
A great time. A wonderful time.
Until the next morning when the big officials came into the zoo and saw all of the animals out of their cages, they fired me on the spot. And that is why I'm the ex-zookeeper.
Oh, but Zookeeper, to me and to all the other animals, you are still the Zookeeper.
Thank you, Alfred.
And to me too,
Thank you,
Zookeeper.
Balloon Lady.
Be careful!
Mr. Zig!
I'm trying, but this is so heavy.
You put too much on top!
I must have.
Mr. Zig and Miss Zag!
Whoa,
You want me to help you?
Oh, be careful! Oh, be careful!
Oh, Mr. Zig, are you alright? Alfred, are you alright?
I'm all right.
So everyone's alright.
I'm afraid it might have been my tail that got in the way.
These things happen, Alfred.
Yes, Alfred, these things happen. Sometimes people slip and sometimes people fall, but we just have to pick ourselves back up and keep on going. So that's what we're going to do. Pick up the box. Let's put it back here.
Prop box. Can I look in the prop box? I love the prop box.
Yes,
Please.
of course, Alfred.
Sure you can, Alfred. I think we should introduce the boys and girls to Mr. Zig and Miss Zag.
Right, Alfred, we have to introduce the boys and girls to Mr. Zig and Miss Zag.
Boys and girls, I would like you to meet our good friends, Mr. Zig
Hello, boys and girls.
and Miss Zag. Now, Mr. Zig and Miss Zag hold wonderful events in Central Park for the boys and girls.
Wonderful event. Oh, I remember they had a big sled riding contest.
Yes, I love that.
Oh, Balloon Lady, do you remember when we went down that big hill? And it was so bumpy all the way down. Oh, and Miss Zag, do you remember when we took the children down that really big hill?
I said, everybody on your tummies and go straight.
Down on your tummies and go straight.
Oh, and I remember you had a big ice skating party.
Oh, Balloon Lady, that's when you tried to teach me to ice skate, but my tail kept getting in the way. It could happen to anyone, Alfred.
Do you remember the Halloween party?
Yes.
Great party.
We put pumpkins all over Central Park.
I remember when we got to find them, we decorated them.
And the Valentine's Day party.
We bought everything we needed to make Valentine.
And the glitter. And the Central Park children gave Valentine's to everyone who came to the park. But my favorite was the jazz concert.
Oh, that was so much fun.
We had so many different musicians and so many different instruments.
Well, Mr. Zig, how many people do you need in an orchestra?
Well, in an orchestra, you'd have 42 to 52 people.
Well, what about a band?
In a band, you could have 5, 10, or even 50.
I love instruments.
Oh, me too.
What types of instruments do you like?
Oh, what kind of instruments do you like?
I like the piano.
Oh, she likes the guitar.
Guitar.
Do you like any instruments?
Instruments?
I like the flute.
Flute. I love the flutes.
Do you like any instruments?
Does anybody play instruments?
Clarinet. The clarinet. French horn.
French horn.
Oh, but my favorite part was when we got to dance.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
I do believe that was the first time I boogied down.
Everybody boogie down. Oh, what's your next great event going to be?
Well, we're not sure, but we know it has to be something spectacular.
And fun.
Alfred! Alfred! Oh, look, it's my good friends Laura, Abigail, and Isabel. Boys and girls, I would like you to meet our good friends Laura, Abigail, and Isabel. Hello, boys and girls. Oh, I've got an idea! Tell us.
Please, zookeeper. Boys and girls, Alfred and my friends would like me to tell you how he solved the mystery of the wicked villains of day and night.
It certainly was a mystery. A mystery.
A mystery.
But zookeeper, where did it all begin?
Oh, well, if I remember correctly, Mr. Zig, Miss Zag, you were in Central Park planning your big event.
Yes.
Oh, and Balloon Lady, you were in Central Park getting ready to sell your balloons. Oh, Laura, Abigail, and Isabel, you were at your house waiting for Alfred.
Oh, that's right, and that's the day that Alfred met.
This sounds like a better invitation,
Oh,
but
let's go.
you never know. So we're deciding.
You were on your way to Laura, Abigail, and Isabel's house as you do every Saturday afternoon.
Oh, that's right, and that's the day I met Aunt Prudence.
Now, before we begin, there's someone I'd like you to meet. She watches over Laura, Abigail, and Isabel every Saturday afternoon, and her name is Aunt Prudence.
My name is Aunt Prudence. My name is Aunt Prudence. My name is Aunt Prudence. My name is Aunt Prudence.
Well, that's what I said, Aunt Prudence.
Well, that's my name. Aunt Prudence.
Now, there are 3 things that Aunt Prudence just loves.
Just loves.
They are 1, her big red shiny apple.
I had my big red shiny
anybody will touch them with it. They better not. And 3, watching her football games on her television set. Go team! Go team! Touchdown! Now, there are 3 things Aunt Prudence does not like. Does not like. They are 1. I do not like it when children take off their shoes and jump up and down on the furniture. 2. I do not like it when children eat their cookies and leave the cookie crumbs all over the floor. And 3. Dragons. I do not like dragons. They simply do not exist. Oh, but you know I exist. But you know I exist.
Alfred, we're telling the story from the beginning. You haven't met Aunt Prudence yet.
Oh.
From the beginning, Alfred.
Don't be nervous. I am not nervous.
I'm not. I know Aunt Prudence. You do not look
If I
nervous.
look nervous,
You do
it's
not
because I am not nervous.
I know Aunt Prudence.
My introduction is why would I be nervous?
You're not nervous.
Not nervous.
Now, may we begin?
1 moment.
May I help you?
You may.
Now, may we begin, Aunt Prudence?
1 moment.
You may begin. Thank you. Now, just imagine it's a Saturday afternoon. Around 12 o'clock. Laura, Abigail, and Isabel are at home waiting for Alfred to arrive, and Aunt Prudence is busy watching her football games on her television set.
Go team! Go team! Touchdown! Come on. Keep going. Come on. Here we are on a Saturday morning doing our homework. On a Saturday morning. Doing our homework. Well, if you hadn't been playing the boombox so loud. Well, that's not fair. She was playing it just as loud as I was.
You were on a phone talking with your friends about that kid boy Jonathan.
Yeah, but it was the boombox that got Mr. Cobbs over there. Excuse me. I do not want to hear any nonsense about why you're here this morning. You are here this morning because you did not do your homework last night. Now sit down and apply yourself.
Yes, Aunt Prudence.
Thank you.
Name 5. Name 5.
Will you stop about the fruits? It's easy. Apples, bananas, oranges, peaches, and pears.
That's not all we have to do. We have to list what vitamins they have inside of them and why they're so healthy for you and where they grow and stuff like that.
Stuff like that is not doing your homework. Now I have a list of things you must complete.
Oh, they're taking a list. Not the list again.
Your homework list. Abigail, you have to name 5 fruits, how they grow, and what vitamins they have. Not all that stuff like that. Isabel, you have 3 pages in your math workbook, not 2. And Laura, you have a very important spelling test coming up on Monday morning. I don't want to remind you what your last mark was. That was because your mind was somewhere else. That boy, Jonathan. Now sit down and apply yourself.
Yes, Aunt Prudence. She is applying herself. About Jonathan.
Stop it! Oh, Jonathan is so cute.
Stop it!
Jonathan is so sweet.
Stop it!
Jonathan is on the basketball team. Stop talking about Jonathan! Laura, there you go again. Always talking about Jonathan. You are the eldest. You have to set an example. I don't want to hear any other stuff about stuff like that, booming boxes and e-pods. Now sit down and apply yourself.
Yes, Aunt Prudence.
I'll get it. Sit down. Oh, hello, Mr. Vick.
Oh, hello, Aunt Prudence.
Oh, hello, Mr. Vick.
Hello, everybody.
Won't you come in, Mr. Vick?
Oh, thank you, Aunt
Would
Prudence.
you like a cookie, Mr. Vick?
Oh, yes, of course, Aunt Prudence. Well, I have some exciting news.
What is it, Mr.
At
Vick?
Friday at 7:45 p.m., we're going to have telescopes from the Hayden Planetarium
How wonderful, Mr. Vick.
put all over Central Park. And the best thing is that you're going to be able to see the stars and the planets like you've never seen them before.
So cool!
Well, here's your invitation.
Thank you. May I please have an extra one for my good friend, Mr. Goggle? He loves anything to do with science.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. He lives just down the hall. I'll be right back. Oh, and may we have one more for Alfred?
Oh, yes, of course. Does Aunt Prudence know about Alfred yet?
Well, not yet. We keep on trying to tell her, but she just doesn't believe us. No matter what.
You things are hard for Aunt Prudence.
We'll be sure to see you then, Mr. Goggles. We'll see you there, Mr. Zig. 7:45 sharp.
Yeah. Well, remember to tell all your friends and family.
We will.
Bye!
Bye! Well, this is exciting, isn't it? Is that Mars, I do believe? Yes, and there's Saturn with all the rings. And the Big Dipper. Jupiter. Well, we need to put this away now. We have to do our homework. Now, apply yourself. Yes, Aunt Prudence. We still need to do something for the carnival. Oh, that's right. Well, it seems only logical to me that all carnivals should have games in them. Yeah? I have a great idea. What? We could have a bowling game. Oh, yeah, that'd be so cool. And then you could knock them all down and you could get a prize. Yeah. Instead of my room so we could practice. Yeah. No. We're getting so much trouble. Stop it. No. Abigail, Isabel, stop it. No, don't set them up. Stop it. We're going to get in big trouble. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, try your luck. If you map out all the things, you get a prize. Try it. Let it rip! Are your shoes off your feet? Put them on. Put them down. Bowling. In the living room. I've never heard of such a thing. Bowling. Sit down and finish your homework. Yes, Aunt Prudence. When I was a little girl, when somebody told me to sit down and do my homework, I would sit down and do my homework. I wouldn't bowl in the living room, listen to booming boxes or epochs. What time is it? It's 12 o'clock. That's the time that Alfred comes. Boys and girls, every Saturday afternoon at 12 o'clock, our good friend Alfred comes. And he never forgets. That must be Alfred. There's no one there. It's coming from the window. Hello, Abigail and Isabel. Whoa. Alfred, what are you doing coming in from the window?
Oh, did I do that again? I must have forgotten to wear my spectacles. Whoa!
That's all right, we'll help you. Watch my tail. Whoa. Is the coast clear? Throw that referee out! Aunt Prudence is busy watching her football game.
Saturday afternoon at 12 o'clock. Anything new?
Oh, yes. Mr. Zig and Mrs. Zag are going to get telescopes from the Hayden Planetarium and put them in Central Park so we can look through them and see the stars and the planets like never before.
Well, I've never seen the stars and planets up close.
Here's your invitation.
Oh, thank you. Well, do you have any for Zookeeper and Balloon Lady?
Well, they already know.
Well, this is new. Speaking of new, I guess let's play a new game.
Alfred, remember
The
last...
soap bubbles were not my fault. Were they not my fault? They were not my fault. They were not my fault.
We can't play. We have to do our homework.
Yeah. Were you playing the boom boxes last night?
Yeah.
And talking to Jonathan?
Alfred!
Jonathan!
Alfred, we have to do our homework. But I'm reading a really good book. You can look at it. It's called The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, who's Sherlock Holmes?
He's a famous detective who wears disguises and always catches his villain.
always catches the villains and wears disguises?
The words are really tricky, so you can look at the pictures to see what Sherlock Holmes is doing.
Thank you. Wow. As Balloon Lady said, I'm not sure what I want to be when I grow up. But if I were to be a detective, I'd be catching villains, and that would be helping people. And Zookeeper said that helping people was one of the best things that I could do. But I'd be wearing disguises. Is that a bowling ball?
Oh, no, Alfred, stop! No, don't do it! We're already in trouble. No, Alfred, no! Alfred, don't let go! Alfred, don't! Do not let go of that bowling ball, Alfred! No, don't do that! Probably one of their new booming box or E-Pod songs. Sit down. Sit down. Is that blue blanket moving? No. Tell her it's her imagination. Is that blue blanket moving? Tell her it's imagination. I think I better take a look. Tell her it's her imagination. Alfred's not there. Imagination. Now, Prudence! We had told you about Alfred. He comes every Saturday afternoon at 12 o'clock. He's very kind and wouldn't hurt anything.
And Prudence, give me
They're dusted. Now, Alfred, I would like you to meet Aunt Prudence. Aunt Prudence, we want you to meet Alfred.
How do you do?
Oh my goodness, that sounds like Aunt Prudence! Aunt Prudence! Oh my goodness! Oh, Mr. Goggles! There was a green dragon in my living room, and it was bowling!
And Prudence, green dragon and bowling do not make sense. Humans and bowling make sense. Your mind has wandered off.
Oh no, Mr. Goggles! Your mind is not wandered off! Mr. Goggles, our mind is not wandering. I would like you to meet our good friend Alfred the Dragon.
Oh my stars and stripes.
Hi, who is him?
Little dragon.
Yes, I really do exist, and my name's Alfred.
How do you do?
Oh, the telephone! I'll get it! Alfred, I'll get it! Hello, Aunt Prudence. This is Aunt Prudence. Hello. This is quite rude. Hello, Aunt Prudence. What?
The phone's upside down.
I knew that. Hello, this is Aunt Prudence. Oh, hello, Zookeeper. This has been quite a morning. You'd like to speak to Alfred? Alfred, you have a telephone call.
Yeah. Telephone call. Hello, Alfred the Dragon speaking. Oh, it's the Zookeeper.
It's the Zookeeper.
Well,